guys, welcome back to my channel and hi, welcome to this tag video where I have the questions on my laptop right here. Basically, this tag video is going to be like a rapid fire question round basically, and I was tagged to do this by DJ from from Indian Cooks and Books. Go ahead and check out this channel below in the description box. And he kind of tagged me a long time back, a few months back, but I could not find the time to get around and do it. So finally here I am sitting right here in front of you and doing this. And I have not gone through these questions beforehand. I just took a screenshot of the questions and put it onto my laptop so that we can run through this very quickly. So basically all the answers are impromptu here. Okay, got it. Cool. So let's just start with this one. Ebook or physical book? Ebook. I prefer ebooks because I read using my Kindle, and generally when I'm reading an ebook, it's pretty quick for me because you can adjust the font size on the Kindle as well. Also, these days, like I don't take my Kindle outside, I take my phone outside and I read books on my Kindle app, and that's why I prefer reading Kindle books over physical books. But that's just like a preference. It's not like I don't read physical books. I do hold physical books, as you can see. But yeah, the point being, an ebook is more convenient for me, so that's how I tend to roll. Next one, paperback or hardback? I would say paperback because for me convenience is like the most important part of anything I do. Like no matter what, for me convenience is very important. So I tend to like go for paperbacks than hardbacks because hardbacks tend to be heavy and they may not fit in my handbag. Paperbacks fit in my handbag and I prefer that a lot. That being said, online or in-store book shopping? In-store book shopping actually, but unfortunately because of the pandemic I have not been able to do it. I really love going to the bookstore and buying books, but these days I call up bookstores and order books. And yeah, I mean, an adjustment that I've had to do because of the pandemic, but yeah, unfortunate stuff. Next one is trilogies or series. I don't have any preference here because I really don't prefer reading series or trilogies. I like standalone books, but if you had to ask me, then maybe I would prefer like trilogies because they're much shorter, and a series needs a lot of investment, and I really don't have the time and energy to invest in a series. And that's why there are a very select few series that I actually tend to read. The next one is a book you want everyone to read. Wow, I need to tell you the first book that comes on top of my head. One sec. Okay, so non-fiction. Okay, so when it comes to non-fiction, one book that I want everyone to read is When Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Stories from the Crematorium or from the Cemetery. I think it's Crematorium by Caitlin Doughty, basically. And I have recommended this book n number of times on my channel, and I think it's a must read for everybody because since you are a living thing, you are going to eventually die one day, right? And this book helps you deal with death, and this book helps you understand death in a way that you might have not understood before. And Caitlin Doughty is an awesome writer and an awesome personality as well, so I absolutely love her a lot. And fiction, yes, because fiction is important as well. I think one book that I would recommend from the fictional genre would be, oh my god, this is so difficult. I need to look at my bookshelf right now to see what all do I need to recommend. Can I recommend Rebecca? Because I see Rebecca right there and I think Rebecca is a good choice. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier was a book that I read back in 2014-15, and it's still like one of those books I think about today. It's very interesting as well. So yeah, I mean, Rebecca, if you've not read Rebecca yet, please go ahead and read Rebecca. Now there are a lot of books in fiction that I would like to recommend, like Piranesi or Hamnet, but then I've spoken about all of those books on my channel before. So that's why I'm going to stick with Rebecca. Okay, so that being said, the next question is recommend an underrated book. Oh wow, interesting. An underrated book that I would like to recommend is, I'm just looking at my, this is so difficult. I would like to recommend Nisha Sugan. So how The Women Who Forgot to Invent Facebook and Other Stories for Nisha Susan is an underrated book. I really enjoyed the book a lot. It's a very unconventional set of short stories dating back to like 2007-2008 when the internet or the telecom sector or the B2C telecom sector was not like huge in India. So like internet in when that came to houses was more like a normal like telephone, a dial phone setup. But yeah, it's interesting to see stories from 2008 2000 when internet was just penetrating, or like in a full-fledged manner. You get my point. You get my point. Okay, go ahead, read the book anyway. The next one is the last book you finished. The last book I finished is The Promise by Damon Galgut, and I liked it a lot. The next one is the last book you bought. Okay, the last book I bought was actually a book called Holy Hell by a woman called Gail, and this is kind of a controversial book because it talks about this. So the author was one of the I'm not sure what to say, like one of the attendants to a very very highly pious and religious woman, a god woman in India, who shall not be named in this video, and it's her experiences and stories from there and how she like calls the whole thing a sham. And I bought it because it's controversial and I want to read this. So yeah, the next one is the weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. I think it has to be how do I say, it has to be like a, a tablet strip. Like I didn't use it for a long time, but then I just put like the tablet strip inside the book because generally like I have some like tablet strips lying around and I just like put it inside the book, keep it for some time and then get back to it. Yeah, it's weird AF. And also I tend to use my earphones as well. So like generally like I have my earphones lying around and I can't find my bookmark or I'm too lazy to pick one up. I put the earphones inside the book and keep it for a while. So this is not like a long term thing. This is like a very short term thing. Like for a few hours I'll leave it like that and get back to the book. And I do it like generally knowing that I'll get back to the book no matter what. The next one is used books. Yes, no, of course yes. I love shopping secondhand books. They are cheaper. And whenever I talk to booksellers as well, I ask them to try to procure a second-hand copy and not a first-hand one. Top 3 favorite genres. Top 3 favorite genres would be literary fiction, contemporary fiction, and historical non-fiction. Yeah, like over historical fiction, I prefer historical non-fiction these days. So that's that. Borrow or buy. I prefer borrowing books, maybe like not from people, but I prefer borrowing from Libby and stuff like that. But unfortunately, like that's not like a foolproof idea in India, and India doesn't have like a good library culture as well. So I end up buying books, and hence I end up buying used books. Characters or plot. I would say a mixture of both. Like characters, if I'm reading literary fiction, if I'm reading contemporary fiction, a mixture of both, and that's how I like to roll. Long or short books. I would say long books. It's not like I don't like short books. It's like I like books which I tend to read books that are medium paced and have like pages from 200 to 300 somewhere. So yeah, I prefer long books. Long or short chapters? Short chapters, of course, because whenever I'm reading, I tend to keep like what do you call it? A chapter based goal, and short chapters help you reach that goal very quickly. Name the first 3 books you think of. Damn it. Wanderers, Kings, Merchants by Peggy Mohan, because I have that right in front of me. Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, because I can see that right in the mirror in front of me. And also Dune by Frank Herbert, because that's also something that I can see in my bookshelf and there's a mirror right behind the camera. So yeah. Books that make you laugh or cry. Books that make me cry, for sure. I love books that make me cry. Our world or fictional worlds. I would say our world because I prefer like stories that are set in the human world and on earth itself. Generally I don't read fantasy for that matter because there's a lot of investment that takes to understand fictional worlds, so that's how that goes. Audiobooks, yes or no? Hell yes, for sure. Audiobooks, I love audiobooks. So these days, like I might have mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned in this particular video, I tend to like read audiobooks with, yeah, I think I mentioned in my first question, right? Yeah. So I tend to read like audiobooks along with my Kindle ebook. So that's like a very fast, so I finish the book faster when I do that. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Hell yes, I do judge a book by its cover. I'm a very visual person, and whenever like I see a good cover, I'm like, I wonder what that book is about. So that's that. A book to movie or book to TV adaptation? Book to movie for sure. I don't have time to watch TV series or TV adaptations. Generally, when I watch something on screen, it needs to like capture my attention and immense patience for it, and that's why I prefer reading books over watching TV series and stuff like that. Or I generally like watch like if even if it's a TV series, I watch like a 15-minute snippet of the TV series just to understand what happens in it, and I'm just like, okay, fine, like next. But I do love documentaries. By the way, documentaries are my jam. That being said, a movie or a TV show you prefer to its book? Oh, this is very tough. Um, yeah, I cannot think of any actually. I don't think I preferred any movie or TV show over any book. I don't remember. And I think the last one here is series or standalones. Okay, so yes, standalones for sure. Like I said, I don't have patience for series. I prefer reading standalone books, and there are very few like series that I actually like tend to read or want to read. So yeah, I think that is it for the entire tag video. And thank you so much, teacher, for tagging me. I am not tagging anybody specific. If you are interested in this rapid fire thing, then please go ahead, check out the questions down below, and please go ahead and you know do the usual. But I tag everyone, and I hope everyone does this particular video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Bye.